apps disappear, replaced by AI-driven interfaces. When I see crazy things like that, like because I will obviously kind of stop me in my tracks, and I have a lot of respect for Elon. You can love him or hate him, but clearly he's doing some crazy things out there. When it comes to the future, I think I told you the story the other day I met Futurist about 20 years ago when I first came to the States. And when he was kind of sharing with me, like he was working on Ford car prototype. And back then in 2004, they had like red arrows on the mirrors, flashing, like to tell you if the car is changing the lane, it's going to be dangerous or not. And I remember that was 20 years ago thinking, that is crazy. How would it know? Well, now we have self-driving cars and things are beeping at you all around. But 20 years ago, the futurists already were thinking about how to make this happen. And so when I asked him, like, what's the secret to creating future? He said, you never create the future by looking directly at the thing that you're creating. You're looking at the whole set of things that are touching it. And I'm like, so when I'm seeing Elon talking about it, part of me goes, but what if it is real? Right? Like, what if he's creating the future? What would happen? And so that's why I wanted to sort of like dream about it, because if that's the reality, what does it even mean for web? I don't know. Like, that's crazy.
It's this movement towards super, super specific, high specificity. We've been operating in a low specificity environment. We're heading towards high specificity.
But how do you even build for that? Like, that's the question. Like, how do you build for that?
Well, we'll get into that. But the whole like, McKinsey's prediction about a $1.5 trillion app economy by 2030, there's no way that the app economy continues on the positive trajectory that we have seen since 2008. No. There's no way. The reason why there's no way.
My apps, like, please.
The reason why is, you look at any iPhone power user and they got 7 pages of apps. You can't keep track of all that crap. You ain't using all that. You're not. So you got that. So it's like the subscription fatigue thing. It's like, we have these 28 active subscriptions to software and streaming services and all this other crap. Like, who can keep up? At the end of the day, you're kind of just tired of it all and just want to hit cancel on everything. So if AI offers this ability to roll up something exactly when you need it that suits your exact needs, that's clearly going to beat out this, just have this app in case you need it. Just download another thing. Just have another freaking login. Like, this is the frictional difference is so easy to see. And like, it's clearly going to move in this direction of the specific rollouts from AI. There's no stopping that train. Apps are on notice.
Do you see the visual of what that looks like?
Do I have a visual?
Yeah. Like, what do you think that looks like visually?
So I think you'll open your phone, you'll do a voice prompt, you'll say, hey, I need this right now. And it will give you basically what you need. What you get could be sort of an amalgam where it combines things like, okay, you're going to use, you're going to put in this information, it's going to tell you your train schedule, and it's going to figure out how you're going to take the trains you need to get through New York to get to this place you're going to. Here's a link. You're going to have to buy tickets before you get to this place that you're going to, because they're not going to just let you in. The lines are going to be long, so you need to purchase ahead. Here's the link for that. And it's going to give you a stepwise thing, like do this, this, and this. Whereas you might have previously, had to download like the Long Island Railroad app or something to figure out your train schedule. You go to like whatever museum you're going to, maybe you need an app or some goofy thing to go get your tickets. You have to go through this long-winded process. Like, it's all just serving it up exactly what you need to get through your.
What track. Would we still develop then? Like, what would web developers build in that situation?
This is a good question. I think we're going to delve into this more specifically later. I'm not 100% clear, because like the information that AI is going to be using has to come from somewhere. It needs to be published in some way.
Right.
And the real question for the future, which I think I understand how it's going to work, but the real question for the future is, if people are producing all this information, but AIs are the ones using the information, AI and the end users, they're having the exchange where that information is actually being used. What's the benefit to the people that generate the information? I mean, unless I'm like a museum that's generating the data that the AI is using for people to buy tickets, like I can see the direct benefit there. I run the museum. But like, if you're like an affiliate type person, what does that mean? Like, you're kind of just a middleman and looks like you're getting cut out.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a lot of questions like that. It's not just that narrow scope. Like, there's a lot more than that. If you're just producing generalized information in the internet that's being used by these AIs, but you have no way to monetize it, what does that look like? I think that this movement towards specificity is going to create a situation where we know the price of every action.
Mm-hmm.
The way things are currently priced, it's not price per action. It's like price per product, price per entry, price. It's a gross pricing model. It attempts to capture this, but it doesn't exactly fit the buyer, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But if we have a price per action, we will know the price or the cost of every action upstream and downstream. We'll know that AI, if there's a hot query, the AIs will know that it costs this much money to set this up. We'll kind of know that the beneficiaries of the eventual thing that gets paid for cost this much. And we'll be able to say, oh, well, the genesis of this information, which the AI used, actually gets, 2.5 cents per access during these peak times or whatever it is. And that value is going to change in real time. So it's almost like an auction system for every action that takes place. So I do think content creators will eventually be getting paid microtransactions for every time that their content gets used. I think there will be a demand for this. It will not be like that initially. The AIs will have all the power, but there's going to be a ton of demand and firewalling set up, like the Cloudflare thing from last week, where Cloudflare says, well, we're going to block the AI engines from accessing this. And what they'll do is eventually institute a toll.
Right.
And this toll will be that upstream, downstream pricing model, price per action that I have suggested.